Hi there! Today's topic will be about leadership, but not leadership in general because it's a very broad topic. I'd like to share with you 3 key elements of leadership which I consider crucial in the times of crisis. Whatever the crisis is, either it is pandemic or health crisis like we are currently in, or the economic crisis. We were all hit by the beginning of this year with a pandemic, a crisis which nobody expected, and with the terms of working and different conditions of working that nobody was skilled to manage, and that we are actually not prepared, and we are even not aware how we could be able to work 100% remotely. You know that there were initiatives in Slovenia and also abroad in Europe and US to really support the work from home or remote work, that companies were promoting the work from home, and that there were like split days, like 1 day per week or 2 days per week, for motivating the employees to work from home or to do the remote work. What happened with pandemic? It completely changed. It changed immediately our lives, and we proved once again that we as people are very adaptable. So we humans are an adaptable creatures, but at the end of the day, also we leaders, we had to adapt our style. So today I would like to share with you that you are a leader. Either you lead a team of 2, 5 or 10, you are managing your own organization, or you're managing your own company, or if you are an entrepreneur, online or offline, it doesn't matter. You had to adjust. Whatever business we are in, even in our private life, we had to adjust to the completely new situation. And I consider 3 key elements being a key and very crucial elements of our leadership in times of pandemic or whatever crisis. And on the other hand, what I love to share and say is the fact that we are not leaders of our business only, we are also leaders of our life. So whatever approaches or techniques or competences we are using in business, we are using them also in our private life. So we start with us as people and with leaders of our own life. And as we consider those and as we think about those, then we also come up with the key competences in key characteristics of our behavior, which we constantly use also as a leaders of our organization or a business. So, the key 3 elements I consider currently really important for leadership in a time of crisis, and also for thriving our business in a pandemic we are currently in, or also in general, are the 3 things. The first one I consider to be positivism. The second one is clarity, and the third one is focus. In general, I would say that those 3 key leadership competences are crucial in general, whatever times we are in, if you're a leader. But especially now, in a time of crisis, this one or the previous one or the next one, which will happen because we are living in a generation where every 10 years there is a crisis, and we have to adjust and we have to adapt. And if you are using those 3 components or those 3 competences called positivism, clarity and focus, you will gain that strong leadership style, which will help you to lead your organization, but as well to keep your team members motivated and engaged. And on the other hand, you will have the overview and also ownership and responsibility of your own life. So, starting with the positivism. Why do I say that positivism is important? It's important how we communicate every single information. We can be focused on the problem, or we can be focused on the solution. So positivism is not only about our behavior and being unrealistically positive, it's also about how we communicate and what message do we transfer. So if you ask yourself every single day what your future would look like and what you would like to benefit from the day, from the week, from the year, then you are also expressing and sending that message out. But on the other hand, I'm also saying that positivism is as well the explanation about how we focus on supporting and engaging our colleagues and our family members as well, that we really look for the solutions. So every single crisis brings a situation where there are problems, there are zero information or lack of information, and that creates a fear, a situation of anger maybe, or a situation of very impulsive reactions. And being able to communicate and ask about the solutions, that's one of the key elements which I consider being very important in the crisis. Clarity. The second component I consider really important for leadership in crisis or in general. It's connected to the first one. So clarity is not only about positive communication, but as well assertive communication. Communicate in the times of crisis one information per one. So one after another, not everything at once. So be clear what you would like to achieve and what your focus is. Because this way you will not put the pressure on your team, which most probably works remotely, and you will also not put pressure on your family if they don't have the full information. But you will gain the clarity yourself as well if you ask yourself the question, what is the most important thing today to achieve? What is the most important thing for us to achieve in that month? And then as you have that, then you will be able to ask about the solution, but as well focus. So all those three elements, positivism, clarity, and focus, are connected. With clarity, we get everybody on board. So we can check if our message was understood correctly, if we were understood correctly. So first ask yourself and then start with others as well. So for me, the most important rule of leadership is starting to ask the questions which we would like to ask our employees, our colleagues, to start with ourselves. So ask yourself first the questions which you would like to get the answer on. This way you will gain a lot of clarity with yourself, but as well you will be first of all positive, but as well very clear, assertive in communication. And both first and second characteristics of the leadership in times of crisis, they lead to the third one, which is focus. Though focus is not only about talking and communicating one particular topic, focus is also about connecting our actions and our communication and our behavior with our positive and clear communication and behavior. So in general, what I wanted to explain with the focus is that it's important for us as leaders to focus on the ownership, responsibility, and accountability. So ownership of our results, thinking, and actions. Ownership, accountability, responsibility. So if we focus on ownership, responsibility, and accountability, we don't focus on excuses, blame, and we don't go into denial. So we are taking responsibility of every single communication, information, action, and decision we take. And we don't go in the field of blaming others, denying that something happens, or even making excuses for ourselves. This is very important because if you consider that we have a line which is a straight, and above is the ownership, responsibility, and accountability, and below are the blame, excuses, and denial, then you see where you should be focusing on. My main message I wanted to share today with you is that in times of crisis, we have to be very clear that we focus on one thing per one, that we really communicate with positive attitude towards looking for the solutions and not towards the problems, and that it's very important that we are clear in our communication and that we are clear that we were understood correctly. So use all your leadership competences to provide your colleagues, your family, and your employees the opportunity to be effective and engaged also as they work remotely from home. It's important that using all that electronics and all the Zooms and Skypes and Teams and everything, that we are very, very assertive in the communication, that we appear with the positive attitude, and that we provide everybody to be able to share their ideas, to share their results, but as well that we give comfort. So positive communication is as well giving the appraisal and awarding everybody and sharing successes, not only solutions, but as well successes which we achieve. And that's very important. Combining all those three elements and considering different areas of leadership, from planning to achieving the results and the celebration, those three areas, if we use the positivism, clarity, and focus, we can really maximize not only the focus on planning, but as well on the responsibility on the results, and at the end of the day having the pride and the joy to celebrate the results which we achieve. So I believe this was useful, and you can use and try using all those things as well as you lead your team remotely. And I hope that if you are excited about this video, that you will give us a like and that you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every single time I post a video. So until next time, think bold, act fast, be fierce, and be positive. Take care. Bye bye.